Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our playthrough of the Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition. We are about to enter the city of Edgewater. There's the Spacer's Choice mascot. You know who that guy looks like? The old McDonald's mascot was a dude named Speedy Burger or Speedy Chef or something like that. And he had like a cheeseburger as a head. That's what that guy reminds me of. Go look that up if you don't believe me. Speedee, I think. Anyway, let's just say that I think McDonald's should have stuck with the Speedy Chef guy. And not diversified their menu. Although they've cut it back recently, which is probably a good idea. All right. I know no one tuned in to hear my personal opinion about the economic success of McDonald's. All right. We have discovered Edgewater. Here it is. That must be where the guy in charge is at. Let's look at our journal. The unreliable's power regulator has been damaged beyond repair and must be replaced. Ada, another Fallout 4 reference. Suggests you seek help in the nearby settlement of Edgewater. Talk to whoever runs the town. You've learned that a man named Reed Thompson is in charge of Edgewater. Might be able to help you find the part you need to fix the ship. Our guy looks like a marauder. You got that Spacer's Choice shovel. We're going to keep that for now. Why are they playing cowboy music? Alright. The cannery. We discovered the Spacer's Choice Cantina. Is this like the Star Wars Cantina? Cannery worker. Anybody have a name here? Winslow. Hello.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor?
Yes.
Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
I've been asking myself that same question.
Oh, I ask myself questions all the time. For example, why do we spend money on these fancy latrines when we have a perfectly good wall outside?
That's disgusting. I think you've had a little too much to drink.
Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my third bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
Yes. You were injured?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
You sound like you need a surgeon.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Not really. I'll leave you be, Winslow. His hands and arms look fine to me. Alright, who is this person?
Only the part that said we ain't making our
They're
quotas.
called Resident.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us.
We really can't talk to them. Mock apple cider.
Nothing we can do about that.
Alright, the cantina was kind of boring. Is that a prostitute?
I've got some time.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Sorry about that. Someone called my phone. So this woman's an actuary. All right, I'll leave you be. Alright, where were we before that phone call rudely interrupted me? How dare someone call my phone and expect me to answer? Saltuna, Emerald Vale of Terra 2. Well, that looks like a tuna fish. Spacer's choice, that R is out. The H is out. Is RH the initials of someone who worked on this game? Or is this just a sign of the incompetence that we should know to expect from Spacer's choice? Hey look, you can steal this stuff if you want. Terminal. Edgewater Saltuna Cannery. Blah blah blah. Schedule your sick leave. Be considerate. Ha! Allow 2 to 4 weeks for scheduled sick leave. Lost hours must be compensated to the company. Work invigorates the spirit. Yikes! I'm getting it kind of. It's kind of like an our bite Mike Fry vibe there. The jazzy version of the Spacer's Choice jingle.
To explain this lesson. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
I'll wait until you're finished.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
We can start with introductions. I'm Tiberius.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect.
Uniform? What are you talking about?
Shirt, pants, work boots, company-approved colors. The, honorable apparel of a loyal worker?
I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I'm looking for a power regulator.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Let me guess. You want me to do something for you before you'll help me.
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Shades of Helios 1. That's a Fallout New Vegas reference. When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
How dare they? What a surprise! I never would have guessed.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Tell me what I need to do. Why? If you want me to solve your deserter problem, I charge by the head. We'll just say why. Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
Well, Miss Holcomb just said you're not even putting Saltuna in the cans. I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame those workers for walking out. Well, I don't really know about that at this point. I didn't see anything really terrible yet. None of what you're telling me is my problem. How can I help?
My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
How will I recognize Adelaide?
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership.
You're asking me to cut off power to an entire community.
I am asking you to help us survive. Edgewater needs more workers or we will collapse. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
I can't make any promises.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Let's get going. All right. C&P New Manager Seminar. Companions. You've gained a companion. Blah, blah, blah. Combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity. Probably the best reason to take them with you. And they act as a damage sponge. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the Inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the Companion Ledger. Alright, some people may require completing another quest before they will assist you. You can check your quest log. Alright, Parvati.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
I like how the corporate guards have their faces totally obscured. It's Spacer's choice. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry.
Are you going to leave the
Can
elevator?
we chat? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
This is about the deserters, so what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
How well did you know this Adelaide Reed mentioned?
Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
You can't leave it at that. Why were Reed and Adelaide arguing?
Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if he can get out to her.
How well did you know the deserters? You worked with them, you were friends, or what?
I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
I'm sure the deserters are very fine people. So what?
Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, mister. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
The vicar!
Have these people ever heard of fire? You don't need electricity to create light or heat, or to cook stuff. I suppose it couldn't hurt. We'll stop by.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Miss Holcomb is very interesting. She clearly has very low self-esteem, although I don't know why. She seems competent based on her conversation with the boss up there, and she's attractive.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Oh, look at that. Can't hang out too long with the corporate guard, will fuck you up.
Weird in here. It's too clean.
It's too clean? No one ever says that. The vicar.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Do you have a toupee? The color of the hair on the top of your head is much lighter than the hair on the sides. Alright, Parvati, I guess that's Miss Holcomb's first name, wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
To be clear, I like putting her in that uncomfortable scenario to make her more confident. Cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
What do you think of Adelaide's group, Vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
Oh, he doesn't like that. All right, we have an intelligence check we're locked out of. So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Is that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Is it a book of dirty pictures? Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands.
Oh, the writing.
It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
The writing. I'll need to know a little bit more about this book before I agree to this.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
All right, it's always good to have somebody owing you a favor. All right, let's go into the companion thingy, mabobber. Oh, I gotta collect those things too. I forgot about that. The Gravesite fees. Companion ledger, blah, 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 blah. You can change how they behave in combat. Well, let's try that. Right trigger. My spacesuit is damaged. Alright, it says medium, mixed, aggressive. I think we should change it to close and melee. Her skills are persuade, lockpick, and engineering. Look at that, she's flexing, getting warmed up, getting ready to drop the hammer on somebody. We are going to do these other quests, but I think we would... Let's see if we can knock this out first and foremost. So we're going to be going there. The only source of protein a busy worker needs. Can you imagine eating tuna fish every single day? I don't think we meant to go out this way. But while we're out here, let me see if one of our quest targets is down here. And he is. We discovered the landing pad where we should have landed our ship.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month.
That's because this world is dying.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Silas sent me. You owe him your gravesite fees.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Are you okay? You seem confused.
I'm talking about mechanical, soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for those mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
I would be on the roof of a building because they probably can't climb up there. If your resistance needs another gun, I am for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid.
Proper armies pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the resistance a bad name.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
If I'm going after this mechanical scout, I could use a couple pointers.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Got a question for you.
Go on.
What do you have against mechanicals?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you, scanning you with its murderous oculars.
Oh yes, it's pretty creepy, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were programmed to do.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First they will rob us of our jobs, and once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
Does Ludwig know about AI? I'll leave you be. Alright, Die robot. 142 meters away. Look at that volcano. And some burnt out houses. It must have been cool if you got to live next to the landing pad. I'm just coming up here because I want to see if there's any stuff. Like that. Uh-oh, I hear an auto-mechanical doing its thing. I didn't mean to do that. Patero Ray. Huh. That's a dinosaur name, I guess. Alright. Here is the vicious auto-mechanical. Damaged mechanical sentry.
Aw, he ain't no threat. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Why don't you go ahead and do it then?
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
Go ahead.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Whoa. Hey, don't you owe me something for the repairs there, sport?
I don't reckon Jeremy understands the concept of trade.
Spacer's Choice reminds all colonists that serving the Spacer's Choice family is the highest possible reward. I have been programmed to deliver this pre-approved message.
This is ridiculous. I'm done.
Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
Alright, Jeremy, get the hell out of here so I can ransack your living arrangements. Combat drone doesn't have anything. Did he leave? No, he's still there. He doesn't leave. How can we convince this guy we fixed it?
Okay, keep him quiet.
Shh. Ooh, my. There's a lot of shit there. Components to upgrade our weapons. Wow. Whose house is this? I don't know, but we can take all this stuff, so... Gourmet Saltuna Fillets. That's it. No shower, I guess, in this place. Just a sink and a shitter. Frozen dinner. Yep, I leave those out on the counter all the time. Can we squeeze under there to get to that? No. I think those are really good. The lock picker thingies. Well, coming in here was a great idea. You repaired the mechanical scout was just lost due to a dislodged nav module. You should return to Ludwig. This is what passes for running in this game. It's more like a really fast walk.
Bring us honor, soldier.
You won't have to worry about that scout anymore.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer. A weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
Oh, good idea. You hid your secret weapon in a lavatory.
Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
Well, I mean, technically true. I'll let you know if I find it.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
They probably already have several hundred times. Alright, skill points available. 10 skill points. We need to improve our mechanical skills. Need to improve those skills, and most of all, we should probably improve these skills. Time dilation location hits. You unlock location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Huh. Alright. Dissident Hunter. When indentured servants are freed, anarchy follows. Yes, that's quite true. Alright, back to the cantina. I knew there was something sketchy about that place. Are they allowed to sell weapons out of the lavatory? If not, I think we can report them to Spacer's Choice.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Who said that?
Yeah, huh?
You mentioned something earlier that I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
In the bar, you asked if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm going to guess you're not a drinker yourself.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
Everybody needs to cut loose now and again.
I'm just not everybody, I reckon.
By the way, you said the mission was too clean. Isn't a church supposed to be?
I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
It's an ideal, not what we live in, but what we strive for.
It just comes off cold to me, is all.
Let's get back to it. Alright, before I was so rudely interrupted on the way to retrieving a super weapon, it's been hidden behind the shitter in a bathroom for Lord knows how long. Alright, we're returning this to Ludwig, I would presume.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Oh shit.
Still ain't passed.
What's this say? Day old Saltuna, 2 bits off. Are we sure that's even Saltuna? Oh my, look at that pig. Alright, why did it put me out this way? We wanted to go down here.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Found that package you mentioned.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
So how do I use this injury customizing unit exactly?
There's a workbench right through this door. Attach that unit to your favorite weapon and go forth into glorious battle. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
Don't worry about that. I've already got a passcode from Reed.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
How am I supposed to get one of these logic modules?
There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're going to have to find an intact model somehow.
Parvati, is a logic module something you could help with?
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. You keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer.
What are you planning with this brain?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
There you go. Edgewater's in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a contact.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. I didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Look at that. That's all anybody could ask for. I'll let you be. Alright, so here's the workbench. We will install a modification. I think we should do it to one of these light pistols. Although, look, this already has shocking damage. So if we're going to hit something to shock it, I'm just going to hit it with that. So I'm not going to bother modifying. I mean, I could do this. Ooh, plasma. Yeah, so we're not going to do any of that right now. Oh, I'm so tempted to steal that. He wasn't looking. Alright, take a look at the journal, logic module, illustrated manual. Let's go try to round up the rest of these gravesite fees in the time we have remaining here today. Tossball seems very similar to Highlight, crossed with maybe like lacrosse or something, just based on the photos and the equipment. Alright, we'll go back into the plant. I don't think we can get there from the elevator. The elevator only goes up to Mr. Thompson's office. Hello, corporate trooper. Oh, look at this lady.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees, I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
You have to pay for your neighbor's gravesite fees?
If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said this guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Oh, delightful. That's an awful thing to say. About the handguns? Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
I thought you said you were his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death.
Oh, God.
I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
That's fucked up.
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What are they going to do? Arrest his corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Wow. He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I'll let you get back to work, Phyllis. Alright, that was some real company store shit right there. And what I mean by that, and I'm guessing most of my viewers will know what I mean by that. But for those who don't know what I mean by that, if you've ever heard a song called 16 Tons, it tells the story of a guy working in a coal mine. And in the chorus, he says, I owe my soul to the company store. So back in those days, the company provided the town, the houses, and they gave you a script instead of money. And you would use the company script to buy stuff at the company store. But obviously this guy in the song went into debt. He couldn't die and go to heaven because he owed the company store too much money. So definitely the kind of vibes I'm getting here.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Oh, this guy's sick.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Hand over all your bits.
Please don't kill me. I still gotta pay my gravesite fees. Wait a second. I heard marauders don't talk much. You can talk just fine. Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I haven't heard the word alienist in a video game since I played L.A. Noire. What a great game. I'm here to collect your gravesite fees. I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
He told me everything. How long do you think you'd keep a secret like that?
Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I'm sure it's all very tragic and heartbreaking. Pay me so I can get out of here.
I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Depends on what you need.
Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all.
Oh, second story
There's a
work.
cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
I'll think about it. Yep. Second story work.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Oh. Esther, you wanted to speak with me?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
How about I'm better off selling it to you because he's fucking old as hell? He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic, that it's all in his head.
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
Oh, the elevator's not going all the way to the top? What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Well, I don't work for Spacer's Choice, so let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Abernathy's paying me for my trouble. Can you match his offer?
I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
Alright, the plot thickens. We got one more gravesite fee to collect. Here in the Emerald Vale Barber Shop.
Oh, I cut my own hair. But Conrad sells real good disinfectant.
Thanks for that, Toots.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I can show you my hands.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That is some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the serials. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Alright, what has he got in this shit place? This shitty place here? We got some light ammo. An Adreno. What's back here? Oh, is this the morgue? This guy's got shit tons of equipment right here. That's all owned by Spacer's Choice, of course. And he's looking right at me, so I can't steal it. What does this say? Conrad, receptionist, shot himself. This is bad. Company's gonna have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay his body price. This is gonna ruin us, so I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth. In his 30s? Heirlooms passed down his family or something. They're passing down a grill in future life. You're processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry him out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bid space body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Phyllis G.
What can I do for you?
I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth as collateral for your gravesite fees?
You know about Eugene? How?
I just went into your back office and ransacked it.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
Are you asking rhetorically? Because if you're being serious... Ugh, gross.
Desperate measures, Miss Holcomb. Desperate measures. I'm going to have to ask Silas to dig up those teeth. It's the only way I'm paying my gravesite fees.
I don't care. I'm just here to collect your dues.
Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
I'm told Eugene killed himself. What happened?
Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
So the town never had to pay a penalty.
We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Goodbye. Yikes. So that, today's episode should give you a really good idea about what living in a town like this consists of. You're canning food that isn't what they say it is. The woman who makes it taste good left. And everything you own is owned by the company. And even after you die, they still own you.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Hey, about those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
I'm all done. Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for something a little more tangible.
Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Damn, that guy was holding the fuck out on me. Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
I do see. Let me ask you about something else.
Yeah?
Alright, there's nothing left I want to talk to him about. Alright, our reputation with the faction has changed. If your reputation isn't kill on sight and you leave for a couple days, they'll calm down. How delightful. Let's save here. Look how brave I am. I'm just going to overwrite my other save. Alright, we have saved our game. When we come back, we will get off on the long tomorrow, but for right now, we're just gonna gaze into the stars and sky of whatever this place is, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.